Hey, how you doing, fight fans? How you doing, YouTube? Game of Thrones here. I've got a star-cutting guest, B Styles, J Deals, and some other guys, man. So hope you guys are enjoying see what's going on. D Styles, you back, man?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
There you go. There you go. We're good to go. We're good to go. Yeah, man. We're all good. We're all good, man. So where we left off from last week was Melisandre getting into the bed, and she was looking like, you know, she was real sorry for herself. And then we start. This one's called Homebound. This series, season 6, episode 2, Homebound. And we start with who's the young boy? Who's the young Stark boy in the tree? What's his name?
Is it Bran?
Yeah, I think it's Bran. So you see Bran, basically a flashback of Bran looking at his father, his grandfather, and who's the guy? Who's his uncle? What's his uncle's name again?
Benjamin or
Benjamin. There
Benjamin?
You go. In the courtyard, yeah, Benjamin in the courtyard, and they're going out. So, what's your take of that little whole flashback in the past, these days?
Well, is it just weird that this kid aged like 5 years or something like that? That's what it appeared to me. He hasn't been on screen that long, right?
He's got taller in it. Yeah, he's got taller and stronger for real. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, like he hit puberty right on time or something, like a little too soon for the show. He's got Harry Potter problems where he's outgrowing the show, man. You know.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You know, that's exactly what I was thinking. Go ahead.
No, but then again, he's been off screen for what, 2 years already. So you know what I mean. And young boys when they're teens, they have that growth spurt or whatever. So there you go. But I love the flashback, man. I don't know why. Like nothing major happened in the flashback. You know.
Odo. Don't forget Odo now.
Yeah, like he was talking and stuff like that. Like that happened, you know. Now it makes me wonder though, why can he only say one word now? They never specified, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think something might happen to him, maybe because you know that he had the shield and stuff. Maybe they might hit him on his head when he was sparring, when they were jousting him. I'm just guessing. That because remember his mom kept on grabbing by his name's William.
That's a good educated guess though. Like it is possible that they were sparring and they hit him too hard with one of those wooden swords or something like that.
Yeah. You know when I saw
maybe somebody took it too far and beat him up or something. You know.
Yeah, and it jumped him and done him in. He's probably you know what I was thinking as well. It reminded me of that. So who's that guy? The Tully. What's his name again? The one from the fat one. The one Jon Snow saved. It reminded me of that kind of scenario.
Yeah, at first I thought it was him. I don't know why, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, it's not him." You know?
Yeah. It reminded me of that, but they was just,
yeah,
that little bit. But that was interesting. That whole to see him talk. I was like, Odo actually talked at one point. He wasn't just a dude.
Sam Tarly, by the way.
Huh?
Samuel Tarly.
Yeah, there you go.
Samuel Tarly.
There you go. That's it, Samuel Tarly. Yeah, he wasn't just a doofus, but you know, the bit what kind of I was interested. The bit with the young girl outside. Who's that young girl out? Who's the girl outside waiting for Bran? Who's that?
You're talking outside of You're not talking about the flashback, right? You're talking.
Yeah. Not the flashback. I think the flashback's done, but there's a girl. Oh, she's a wildling. She's outside. Who's that?
No, she's like one of the children of the forest. So I guess either the last one or one of the last ones left.
Right? But which one? The one with the mask on her face, or the other one?
The children of the forest, right? Were the ones that lived in Westeros before the humans came over and took over, basically.
Yeah. But there was two of them, though. There was one who had the contact lenses and the strange face, and there was a young girl. Yeah. Who's the young girl? That's the girl from the forest.
Oh, okay. You're not talking about. Okay, I see. I don't know. I forgot if she's a wildling or not. I know who you're talking about now. I don't know who that is. The brother died, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was her. Oh, okay. They've changed the actors then. Isn't it? That's not the same girl. Okay.
No, I think it is the same girl. It's the same thing with her. She just got older. Like that. That's what it is.
Oh,
right?
See. Yeah, you're right.
We haven't seen him in 2 years. That's why it's like whoa, who's this? You know, it kind of took a moment.
To adjust to that. But yeah, you're right. All right, J Dills, unmute yourself, bro. J Dills, what up, man? Yeah. How you doing, man? Here with D Styles, bro. We're just talking. We're just catching up on the flashback. What's your take on the flashback?
I finally understand that hoarder could say more than just hoarder. I also understand that, you know, Brand more about his. Also, this is pretty fucking cool, and I see Brand is still in training with the visions and stuff like that, but I wonder down the road how he's going to use the visions with the White Walkers. But overall, that was a good opening scene. I enjoyed it.
It's kind of like the Three-Eyed Raven is kind of teaching him, but he's not taking him back to look at some gruesome stuff or stuff he could handle. Like you know what I mean? It's just kind of like he's taking it easy on him right now. But I think we're gonna get some flashbacks in the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that happened in the backstory.
Here we've got Spencer. Spencer Fearon is coming in as well, boy. Everyone's just jumping in to give it a take. I think. How you doing, Spencer? You're live on boxing Game of Thrones. What's going on, Spencer?
Rude boy, I told you about that redhead woman, you know.
Which redhead woman? Oh, Melisandre.
Yeah, in Game of Thrones, man. I told you, man.
Would you what? You told her like she'll get Jon Stark alive, yeah?
Look, do you see Jon Stark? Let's wake up.
Yeah. But but you're not for the woman. Keep talking, Spencer. I'll just
Yeah, I just told you, man. That Satan's got too much power, bro.
Yeah. We was just going through sequence though, Spencer. So we've got D Styles here, and we've got J Dills. They can hear you as well, by the way. We was just getting on. So the flashback. What was your take on the flashback, Spencer? Hello. Oh, I guess he must have cut out. Okay, he must have cut out. Never mind. He'll go back again.
Hey, but before y'all talk again, this was a fucking awesome episode. I mean, the sequences, it all makes sense, but it's a good transition. You know, usually each season with HBO with Game of Thrones, the first 3 or 4 episodes are kind of slow and developing and building. This season is fast paced and you're like, hell yeah. And it's new faces, new characters arising compared to the old heads. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Absolutely. Hey, D-Star, do you want to say anything about the flashback before we move on to the next sequence?
All I'm going to say is that I believe that this season, the Three-Eyed Raven and Bran, they're going to have a lot of flashbacks on the backstory, like the Tower of Joy and what happened there, and maybe a little bit on Robert's Rebellion, and who knows, we might even see the Mad King or something, right, with the flashback. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like the flashback edition because it gives you a grounding of how things were before and all the drama ensued and stuff like that. And yeah, that was interesting. Spencer, you there?
I'm here, man.
Okay, cool. Let's get on to the thing where I call the main event. I was looking forward to it. So what's that? So Alistair, what's his name again? So Alistair, whatever his name is waiting outside the door. And a lot of people were talking about this. They actually thought that he was actually being earnest, that he wasn't going to kill them. And I would have fell for it. I would have opened that door and I would have got killed. So he's out there. So he's telling them to open the door. And obviously Davos can realize that if they open that door, they're going to die. And here it comes, boy. The wildling and 1-1 comes in. And I'm like, yeah, boy. Because they would have got killed. And I was happy. They would have got chopped up. Yeah. That whole sequence, I was actually it was a very good sequence. And I felt like... I thought they would have killed it. I thought he was going to get killed, you know. I thought that guy was going to get killed. That Alex, the guy, was going to get killed. Spencer, give your take on that a little bit first.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hello?
Yeah, Spencer, give your take. What's your take on that little bit?
Nah, it's just a madness. So like I said, I'm just really, really glad that even though like that man's been on a war for a longer time, that the wildlings had to come into play, because otherwise that man would have dead off.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know what I mean? They would have got killed. They would have got killed vicious. But I like how the giant just come in.
Yeah.
Like, the man just sort of frightened and the man just shot his bow and arrow. The giant just grab him and just smash him to bits.
Yeah, they realized that they when they saw that giant coming, they knew where they were outside the wall. When they come inside the wall, you knew that giant was one. These stars, what's your take on that little bit?
You know, I liked it, but the only thing is, I just, looking back, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but, I mean, if he was going to do all this, why even open the gates and let Jon Snow and the wildlings even come in the first place? I mean, he should have known if he killed Jon Snow that there was going to be retaliation from the wildlings, you know?
Yeah.
So some kind of, you know, a lot of that doesn't make sense, but, I mean, you know, it's just to set up the storyline like a bit, so I get it, but I'm not going to nitpick it too much, but interesting seeing, it was kind of fun to watch the giant just pick that dude up and just smash him against the wall. Relative ease. Yeah, that was something, man. But yeah, it was good scene. I mean, it was kind of obvious they were going to kill them. Like, you know, and they knew it. So,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
And then John, you see Tara. J. Dillon, what's your take on that bit, bro?
Man, that was just one jealous bitch that got handled. I mean, it was just, at the end of the day, man, he don't understand why Snow wanted to make an alliance. The reason why the wildlings got mad, because Snow put in that work. He earned his stripes. He grew their respect. Yeah. And, you know, Snow went in war with the White Walkers like they did, and they all saw hell break out loose, and they know what they're up against. They were like, yeah, for now, we just going to have to be brothers. Fuck this land and everything. We got to protect not just the wall, but the region and possibly other lands. And the wildlings get the bigger picture. Snow gets the bigger picture. It's just the Night's Watch. They didn't experience that type of legion coming their way. If they did, they would understand my enemy is my adversary. I mean, my enemy is my king, is my friend for now. Yeah. But since they don't know the reason, and Snow didn't clarify it enough, and the wildlings didn't either, this is why Snow is considered a traitor. Even if he did, and they just set up in their minds like, fuck this wildling, they just gonna have to see to believe. And when that happens, that might be too little too late. But right now, because the leadership getting handled and revamped, I think you're gonna see the Night's Watchmen and the wildlings and Snow and others just take on these beast-looking motherfuckers, because they coming. They really are coming.
I can't wait till that little kid, man, watches a White Walker for real.
Me either, man. Hopefully he has some Valerian glass by then, but who knows?
Spence, you want to say something? I guess not. All right, moving to the next bit. So we got this guy in the marketplace, blatantly being braggadocious about what's her name again? The queen. What's her name again? Cersei. Talking about mocking her in front of everyone in this thing, thinking it's okay. Telling about how she walked there, she's a hoe, she was her brother, this, that, the other. And he was just free. His mouth was just freeing up. Then you know, he was obviously seen he was drunk. At the time, I didn't think he was drunk. I thought he was sober, but he was drunk. Was there in the tunnel taking a leak, and then who comes behind them, bro?
Robert Strong.
Yeah, what's his name?
Sir Robert Strong.
What was his name before?
AKA the Mountain.
The Mountain, there you go. That's the one coming. Yeah. Comes behind him and boy, listen, without breaking stride, bro, he just gives him a push, splash the guy's head against the thing, and I think, whoa. Listen, it looks like Cersei's back, bro. It looks like they're slowly working their way up towards getting back their respect. And it was a good little scene. What's your guys' take on that little scene?
What's up with these guys getting smashed on the fucking wall? One by a fucking giant, and then another one by a little giant. It was just kind of funny.
Well, hey, listen, it's true. You know, that's interesting. It just shows you how strong these people are, isn't it? They show you the massive strength that they can smack people like a bug. And yeah, that's what it shows, man. Anyone got a take on that little bit?
It was hard to be impressed after the bigger giant like grabbed that dude, and like it was a more impressive smash, you know. So it was hard to follow that up. That's all.
Yeah.
One looked like Hulk smash. The other one just looked like a toss or something. Nothing impressive.
It was just a hit. The other one was like the whole body, like pa, you know.
Yeah. So what you guys take off? Like, so the king there goes. Obviously the king His mother tries to walk and is trying to say the king said you know he doesn't want you to stay. He wants to look after her. I didn't understand that whole bit, and then it makes sense that he was scared for everyone. He was just scared of everything. Jamie comes and calms him down and says, "Don't worry about it. No, we've got this. We're gonna sort this out." And here comes the High Sparrow. Do you know what bothers me? How the High Sparrow can just roam into the temples. Could just roam in. Ain't that bit supposed to be guarded by the guards? How can this guy just roll up after what he did to the mum and just roll? Anyway, you see him confront Jamie Lannister, and I let you guys continue that. What's your guys' take of that? The High Sparrow just rolling around the place. He's freely after what he did to the Queen, after he did to the King's mum. What's your guys' take on that? One of you guys.
Look, man.
Go ahead.
Basically, war was declared, and Jamie made that clear. You know. I kind of like the part where like Jamie told him what about my sins, and he kind of threatened them with a sword. But I think you just saw what you're asking. How do they just do what they do? I mean, these guys are not scared of death, man. Like this guy literally told him, "Well, okay, fine, like stab me then." You know, like it's.
You know what?
And when Jamie told him, "Well, you got all these guys here," like, "Oh, don't worry, like they won't get here in time before you stab me." You know, so. And of course, Jamie had to be a little cocky and say, I fought worse odds and stuff. Maybe he has, right? He's been in wars. But I don't know, man. I liked it. I think it's going to set up the big battle in King's Landing. And I believe it will be the fall of King's Landing. I think King's Landing, this is my prediction, is going to burn to the ground. And I think it's going to burn with wildfire, right? I don't know which side's going to use it, but one of the two sides is going to use wildfire. And it's going to burn the whole city to the ground.
Well, that's good. That's a good prediction right there, man. J-Dos?
That scene set the tone of this episode, in my opinion. Like, I love it when Jamie becomes a badass or an asshole or just has no remorse for anyone, especially when he gives a fuck about something. But
oh, by the way, just to add real quick, I love that line where it's true even in the real world, you know, because he told him, "You're gonna spill blood here," and he said, "Oh, the gods won't mind. They spill more blood than the rest of us combined." That was a great line.
That was a great line. I was gonna bring that up, but hey, you delivered that well, my man. You delivered that well. But what I was gonna say is the kid. I felt for the kid. Sweet cupcake out of the Lannisters. So when he went to his mama and says, "Mama, I want to be taught how to be a Lannister," that kind of cracked me up. I was like, well, that's gonna be his downfall too. Just like that witch said, Cersei, all her kids gonna die. But then back to the High Sparrow and Jamie, right in front of his daughter. It's just something about Jamie in front of his kids in a funeral where either he's fucking in front of them or he's ready to kill somebody else in front of them. It's just weird. He just has no remorse. He wants to waste his sperm around his kids, or he just won't waste blood around his kids. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Hey, man, he's still holding up. Yeah, the king doesn't know that his uncle is his brother, so Jamie ain't letting him know that. Yeah,
this is a guy though. This is a guy that's fucking his sister. You know, it's not like morality is like all there. You know.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck. I mean, but anyways, to the point. I just gotta say, man. Like the Sparrow says, when it's a bunch of people who ain't got nothing to lose, they're already in poverty and shit like that. But a bunch of us as a legion, we could overtake an empire. I was like. That set the tone where Jamie even had to think about it, like, okay, this shit got real. You can have all your Robert Strongs or the Mountains, but I'm willing to bet you the Mountain's brother's going to kill him.
Go ahead, Jade. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Will be with some fucking fire since he fucked his face up like that before. But who knows? Go ahead, Earl.
I was gonna say, yeah, like you see the thing with Cersei and the whole thing. You think the thing about the High Sparrow. You see the thing how he gets you. You have to let him talk. I think it's no time to talk, and I don't care if they're gonna do this. You just need to wipe them out. See their father. You think their father's gonna be holding a conversation? They're bugs, and they need to be wiped out. You know, like in Star Wars, wipe them out, all of them. No talking.
Because you know, this is a big city, and they have the backing of the city. Like this is millions of people that live in King's Landing.
Yeah, but the city, they really the city. They're not. They end of the day, the city are not the army. So it's like a case of a military attack where you just go in. You know, like the police over there, where they do the attacks on people when people are sleeping in their beds. That's the thing you need to do to them. You need to show them power when people are sleeping. That's the time you're waking up and you're going out there to stomp them out. I can't stand them. Like I already said it from last week. I cannot stand them. I don't like the way they bully. The way they were bullying her, bullying and hitting people with the source of that woman. It was terrible. It was like religion. It reminded me of in the Middle Ages, the Spanish Inquisition or something like that. that's what they remind me of. They remind me of one of them deep religious groups. Yeah, if you don't believe in what they believe in, they're gonna put you to the sword. Almost like the Salem witches. That's the way I see them. I see them
but you know what though?
Yeah.
Jay, like here's the thing though. It's not that I disagree with what you're saying about them. They're definitely religious fundamentalists. Like they believe by the book. Like they're fundamentalists in that way, right? But the truth is that they're only applying the law of the religion. Like it's, you see, it was okay when they would apply it to poor people, right?
Yeah.
But because you were a king or a queen, you could get away with this stuff, and apparently these laws did not apply to you. They're saying it applies to everybody. If you're the queen, you know, and you want that walk just like everybody else, you know. So in that sense, they're consistent.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, all right. Let's say when what's her name again? Daenerys comes with the dragons. Is that gonna apply to the dragons? You know what I'm saying? Like they're talking about stuff there that they have no or Melisandre. Where are they going? They're going like they have.
To answer your question, no, it would not apply to Targaryen. When the Targaryens took over, they got rid of those dudes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
So yeah, I get that, but all I'm saying is, right? I know, like, they get on your nerves, but I don't think they're as bad as some of these dudes, man. Like, it's not. I don't look at that guy and say, High Sparrow, and say, man, he's a terrible dude. He's just like Ramsay Snow. Like, that's not what I see at all. Like, I see a guy that believes what he believes, and he's not a hypocrite. He goes by the book. The same religion that everybody says they follow, he actually does follow it. So I have to respect that.
I understand that, but listen to this. When you carve something with your skin to say you're part of it, to me that's just, I don't know, that's a cult. When you carve a star into your forehead to join their set, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not rolling with that stuff, bro. That's like some madness, and they got this woman beating you into submission to get you to think how they want to think. You know what I'm saying? Like letting you free. You can understand, like kings and queens and stuff like that. They're there and they can understand the religion, but the religion. You attack the monarchy of the whole town just goes down. That's the way I see it anyway. So anyway, let's move on. So we go to the most interesting bit. So we got what's his name again? Tyrion. So Tyrion's in there in where the city is. What's the city called? Marine, innit? And they're talking to Varys, talking to the guy from the Unsullied and the
Grey Worm.
Yeah, Grey Worm. And they're discussing, and obviously Tyrion's getting drunk and stuff, but he's fairly conscious, yeah. Suddenly comes to the notion that, you know, the dragons, they're down there, the dragons, they haven't been eaten. Well, and he thinks, obviously he's been reading books and everything, so he says, you know what, I need to go down there, see what's going on. Goes down into the thing, and I'm thinking, he's gonna get burnt to shit, right? But, you know, in the trailer I saw, you know, we saw Tyrion in front of them, and I thought, yeah, maybe he got cooked. Obviously he didn't. He spaced them down, and hey, he went up there and took their thing. And I think that there is a very good look, because the dragons haven't really interacted with no one else ever. But they seem like they wasn't threatened by Tyrion. You know what I mean? They just saw him and it wasn't threatened by him. I don't know, some way.
Well, when he's like 4 foot tall, of course they weren't threatened by him.
Yeah, but you know the dragons, you saw them burn down a lamb. They must have burned a lamb and a little kid before, so you know what they could do. So when you see Varys, Varys makes me laugh though. Varys told Tyrion, Varys is standing at the top of the stairs wisely, so he can see. You know
what this scene proved again?
Go on.
You know, Tyrion, for everything he lacks physically, like he's not a tall guy as we know, right? He's a dwarf, but he's not a warrior. He's not a fighter. He's not like he can't get a sword and have a great duel against somebody. But I mean, he's probably. He has to be in the top 3 that I could think of in the whole show as far as bravery goes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the most brave dudes in that entire series. I mean, sure, he doesn't have all the physical qualities of a lot of these other warriors, right? He's not the guy you're going to call, for a battle, as far as a one-on-one battle. But to lead an army, he could do that. He proved that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if he's not the best warrior in the world, he'll still go out there and he'll fight. He'll go out there and he'll take off the chains on a freaking dragon. Yep. All right? And this dude has some serious cojones, right? He called out his own family in court. I mean, like, this guy has no fear, man.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. I actually thought, I thought if they killed Tyrion off, that's a bad look. I didn't see any way out in this scenario. I thought it was just a bad look. But Jada, what's your take?
Man, Tyrion had some of the punchlines of the night in that show. I mean, the guy was talking about, if I didn't have a cock, I'll be drinking every day, all day too. And I was like, wow. And then he was talking about, like, I get drunk all the time and I know things. And I was like, it's true. And then he said, if I ever have a fuck idea like that again, punch me in the face. I was like, yep. But some tells me, and I've read theories about this, Tyrion might have access to one of the dragons other than the theories. And maybe Jon Snow, but we'll see. But back to the sequence, I think Tyrion was just showing some compassion, and plus, like he said before he went down there, these dragons are intelligent compared to the one that left and was kind of reckless. These two, for some reason, they're intelligent, they're observant, and they attack calculating wise instead of recklessly. And I think Tyrion thought, hey, why not give it a chance? Always wanted a dragon anyways, so Tyrion was fascinated, and I think his hunch was right, but he was still intimidated. And by the time he left, he looked like he shit in his pants, but walked away with berries. Like, what the fuck just happened? But them dragons didn't kill him, so what didn't kill him made him stronger, and that's how I look at it.
I agree. Anything else, D-Stars, you want to add to that whole with Tyrion and the dragons?
No, that's it, man. He's lucky Grey Worm didn't whoop his ass, but other than that, he's good.
All right. So we go into Arya Stark. So she's there begging, and you know what? She looks a state, bro. I look like she's been there for a good couple of, maybe, I don't know, a week maybe or whatever. She looks terrible. Sandals. She just looks there with a begging bowl. And here comes the woman again, beating on the ass. Boy, I was like, oh, man, this is liberty. Vulnerable. And I know everyone's telling me, because obviously there's the spoilers, people told me that they're in training, but fuck training, bro. Blind, you know what I mean? And you just get bang in her face. Obviously, she's got the wounds from the last beating the girl gave her. And she takes a good old beating, and I think, no, this is how long are they going to keep doing this? I don't like this. Is just terrible. And then finally, Jagahar comes out, and he grabs the stick as she's swinging angrily. She didn't care who she is. She was going to hit anyone at this point. And grab the stick and says to her, and he just talks to her and says, yeah, I'll give you some food if you just say this. What did he say to her? I'll give you some food. What exactly his words were? It's actually slipped me.
He will give her food as she says her name. He'll give her somewhere to stay. She says her name. But basically, it was a trick to see if she fell for it, basically. And she passed the test. Yeah.
Then he had that for it. What was your take on that bit of D-Star, that whole learning thing?
No, like I get it, man, but it was a little too overkill for me personally. Like, look, this is a show where they chop the dude's head off and a dude's dick off, and like a lot of gruesome shit has happened in the show, But there's just things I just have a hard time watching, and that's violence on women, especially little girls. Yeah. So I don't enjoy watching a little girl getting beat up, So it was a little overkill, but at least it's over, as far as that goes. And it looks like from the previews that she's gonna start whooping the other girl's ass now. So there you go.
Yeah. J-Dove?
Well. This segment reminded me of some medieval Daredevil training or some shit. Like, like it looked like the chase times 10 or something and shit. But anyways, all I gotta say about this was Brianna got sick and tired of getting knocked the fuck down, getting hit with the stick where her nose is bleeding and where you really want to throw some points so she get that fixed up. Too bad they didn't have surgery times. But anyways, the point is she got sick and then her savior came. He says, are you going to say your name if I give you food? If I give you a house? If I give you some dick? Will you say your name? And she was like, I have no name. I'm nothing. And he was so pleased.
I'll give you a Happy Meal if you say your name.
And he was about to collect that fucking basket, and he was like, "You're not a beggar no more. Come with me." And she went from sad face to finally. And then after that, it was what it was. But at least we'll stop seeing this physical abuse. But D-Styles, come on, man. I get that you don't like seeing women get beat up, but do you really feel that way when you see Brienne fighting as a knight?
But it's all nuance, right? It's all in this. I don't know. It's just, this is a little girl, it's a little different.
But she always came off kind of tomboyish, Like it's just different. Like if that was Sansa and others, yeah, I'll feel that way. But Brienne always fought like a dude, hit like a dude, and she puts herself at risk where she about that action. So I'm just saying, like, I'm so used to her. It was like,
remember last season when they had that pedophile dude that she ended up killing and like, hitting those little girls and shit. I don't know. It's kind of disturbing a little bit. Not to that degree, but it was just a little overkill. It just did a little overkill for me. That's all.
I get that because you have values and stuff like that, and I respect it. And there should be some boundaries on Game of Thrones, but I'm not going to symbolize like I feel bad that people like Brienne get her ass whooped by people like the Mountain or something, and he bitch slaps her or something because she bulk like a dude, fights like a dude, and don't want nobody to feel pity for her because she's a female. But I'm going to get off that subject and get back to this segment and just say that now that Arya or the Nothing or the Faceless One now has passed the test, she about to get the vision back. And I think she got blinded by wearing one of those faces anyways. I think it's some poison in that shit. But neither here nor there. I think she's about to get her vision back, and I think she's about to become an assassin or something like that.
You know what? You know what I was thinking? I was thinking to myself, boy, I didn't think, like, it was pretty cool. I don't think she's going to disobey order again, I can tell you that. That's what I was thinking. I
don't know if I'm wrong about this, but they eventually get their sight back, and then at that point they give them a choice. You either join the order or you leave forever. So I might be wrong about that, but I think she's going to choose to leave.
I think so, mate. No, that's too brutal, man. Can't stay there getting pumped up. Give my eyesight back. I'm out of here. She just wants her eyesight back, man. You don't want to be doing whatever they on. She wants to get revenge. There's other ways of getting revenge, man. You know what I'm saying? But because look, she already knows how to fight because she killed that. She stabbed that guy. That guy. I think that guy Trent. Whatever. She took out his eyes. Yeah. She knows how to fight already. So if I was her, I'd disappear straight. I want to stick around. But let's move on to Roose Bolton and Ramsay Bolton and the other guy from the other guy, one of the leaders. That situation, yeah, caught me. That to me was what's he call it? WFT situation. Like, I swear, I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all. But you see, the thing is, when I look back at it now, I can see that the moment the son was born, Ramsay knew his days were numbered because he was messing up and he was coming up with madness. You know what I mean? Because before he said to his dad, "Give me a couple of army. I'll give me a couple of men. I'll go down there and get back, get Winterfell back." And he said, "All right." And his dad was cool with it, yeah. But because Ramsay's so maniacal and vicious and wicked, he's messing up. And his dad's like, "You know what? You're really messing up now." And his dad was throwing in his face. "Well, you know what? I have enough, so I'm coming to get thrown in his face." But I never thought that he would kill his own dad. Never thought in my mind. But the thing is, he was looking at his dad. His dad was looking at him, and Ramsay was feeling unappreciated. And obviously, his girlfriend died and stuff like that. So I think Ramsay must have thought, you know what? My dad's in his way. I don't care. We don't need him anyway. But I can tell you what, his dad, even though his dad's in his way, his dad is pretty smart and pretty ruthless. He's pretty smart and ruthless, and most of the stuff he was making safe chess moves. If you're talking about, he wasn't doing anything that wasn't gonna get the Boltons finished. But Ramsey in control. Hey, listen, it'd be lucky if they lost through the week. But that's my take. What's your take on the whole situation with Ramsey and Roose Bolton?
Before I add my take, can you talk about the next scene? Just because I'm gonna tie them both together. So.
If you want to do next scene, go ahead. Which the next scene? What's that?
All right. So that's I don't know if it's the exact next scene, but that's when he sees his little brother and the.
Yeah. You can tie it all together. You can go. Yeah, you can go. Go ahead.
All right, what's the name of that big girl again?
She's a Frey, innit? She's a Frey,
the
right?
Frey girl.
Yeah.
So the Frey girl, I forgot her first name, but the Frey girl and her baby.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened in that scene, basically, I don't know why she followed him in there, but she followed him in there, and then he basically let the hounds go. All the canines attacked her and the baby. Right. So at that point, I said to myself, this kid is a fucking idiot. Right. So
yeah,
basically,
I got you.
Ramsey Snow is good at, right? Ramsey Snow, he's very good at fighting. He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Right? And he's good at betraying people. He's good at those things. And he's good at doing, like, when he's in a position of power, he's good at abusing people and, and flaying them and raping them and whatever he wants to do with them, right? He's good at that. However, he's not very good at the stuff that his dad was good at, right? And that was preparing for shit, making chess moves. He just did the two stupidest moves he could have ever done. He kills his dad. He's like, well, tell everybody he was poisoned. And then he proceeds to kill his stepmother and his brother, and they get eaten alive by hounds. Mm-hmm. So when the Freys are like, oh, well, send her body over here so we can have a funeral, what the fuck is he going to say?
Yeah.
He's a freaking idiot, man. Right? And then they're going to be like, oh, so your dad just conveniently died when the baby was born. Because they sent out the ravens when the baby's born. So they know the baby was born.
Oh.
And then the dad conveniently gets killed. And then the mother just disappears out of nowhere? And the baby, too?
Oh.
All in the same day, Ramsey? It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. It just doesn't take a genius. And plus, Ramsey Snow doesn't understand the concept that he needs everybody in the North to be on his side.
Yes.
And now he's lost the Freys. They already lost the Lannisters. This is his days are anyone who does not like Ramsey Snow. Now is the time to celebrate because he's almost done.
Yep. J Deuce?
This is not the same situation as it was in Thorn, where one leader was particularly weak. But come on, man! Like, I knew Ramsey was going to do Cairo Jin type of move or a Ben Solo move on, like, that was like Harrison Ford and Darth Maul scene right there. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. I said the same thing. Go ahead. That's what I was thinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, as soon as they hug, I was like, he about to stab that motherfucker. I could just feel it. I could sense it. And, Lord, do you behold? He was like, you will always be my firstborn son. And then, boom, Ramsey went for the shark kill, man. I was like, man, this motherfucker has no remorse.
Nope.
He always got to be about him. And then, yeah. And the most fucked up thing, yeah. And the most fucked up thing he said in the other scene was, I like being the only child. I prefer to be the only child. I was like, I'm the only child. I don't prefer to do some shit like that. I'll be happy to have a fucking sibling. Somebody I can help guide and shit. And like you guys said, like, Ramsey has no diplomacy skills. He is not diplomatic enough to withstand that role. Somebody's going to Julius Caesar. He reminds me of Hannibal. Not Hannibal, Kaluga, or whatever his name is, or Nero. One of those type of leaders.
You know what, though? I hope it's not a weak death, though. I want him to have a brutal death. That's all I ask.
Yep.
Like, put him alone in a room with Theon or something, something like that. I don't know.
Theon do need to get his revenge back or something.
That's his only way to become Theon again. Getting his revenge. That's it.
Amen to that, brother.
Hey, D-Stars, you guys brought up an excellent point. The phrase, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, you don't want to lose the phrase. And furthermore, you know what? I didn't know that she was afraid. I stood, man, come on, man, you can't do that to the phrase. That's why, and the thing is, the whole thing about the Game of Thrones is building alliances. Obviously, he was part of the phrase when they killed the Stark people inside there. And because of that, phrase said, well, you know, take one of our wives, and obviously you marry into, so obviously now he's married, and then he has the phrase on his side. You killed your alliances. What the frick? All Ramsay saw was a fat woman, and I'm gonna be replaced. So friggin' what, man? You had money thinking that Ramsay's the idiot, bro. He's an idiot. And you know what the thing is? If he goes, he's probably gonna be going after Sansa, coming up to the wall. Listen, bro. The moment they come up there, 1-1 in the Giants, actually that bit, I can see that happening. Ramsay's gonna get destroyed, bro. Because the moment.
Let me tell you something. I need to mention this, right? And we talked about it last week, right? Remember I mentioned the Red Woman's vision of Winterfell burning?
Yeah.
And burning with Bolton banners?
Yes.
She thought that was going to be Stannis burning the shit down, right? Yeah. But it's actually going to be, I think it's going to be like whatever house this revolt against, the Boltons, and join Sansa. She's Stark, and now as we know, right? We'll talk about it at the end. John, so they're going to just join together. Plus the wildlings who are already warriors, they already know how to fight, right? And then whoever's left of the Night Watch, because there's no reason to guard the wall anymore. So they're going to invade, and the reason they messed up in the trailers. So Davos, the Onion Knight.
Yeah.
In the trailer, he's on a horse, and in the background, you see a Stark banner. Right? You see Stark banners behind them. So they're either in a battlefield or they're on their way to invade Winterfell. So shit's about to hit the fan.
I agree, man. 100%, man. Jadel, I'll put you on mute because I'm getting some feedback. But we're going to move on to the next set. And I'll tell you what, to me, killing the phrase, it was killing one of the phrases. I think it's done. His days are numbered. And hey, listen, it seems like all the old guys are getting killed off, but we're getting there. So you see, Bray of Tar talking with Sansa Stark about what happened about her sister, seeing what's going on and that, and then Theon decides that he wants to go home. And I'm gonna tie it all together because there's not much into it. Decide to go home, and then they go over, so they move over to the Iron Islands, and you see Theon's sister talking to her dad. This dad seems like he's just nuts, like dead on this control and power and stuff like that, and then saying he'll replace her anyway. And then he gets to the bit where on the bridge. Now the bridge with his brother, I don't understand that because I couldn't really see that. I don't know who he is, so you guys are gonna have to maybe elaborate on that bit. So let's go with J Dills. J Dills, on that bit, who's that guy on the bridge? And what do you think about the whole thing with Theon saying he wants to go home? Because the episode was called Homeward Bound, and I think it was more to go with Theon going home and stuff like that. What was your take on that bit?
I think Theon was just sick of running away, and he knows he got to make some atonements and amends because he can't keep running away from his past. And I think he feels like he's unworthy to be around a Stark right now, which makes sense. And you never know. He might be the one that comes back out of nowhere when Ramsay has conquered a lot of motherfuckers slaying him, and he's the one that just stabs the fuck out of him and just do some shit. But then again, Theon might get captured by Ramsay again, and he might get. Then Ramsay Bolton and Theon's sister might have a negotiation of whether Theon should be dead or not. But I don't know what the scenario is going to be, but I think Theon is just trying to not run away from his past, and he don't feel worthy enough to have a Stark's mercy right now. So he either wants to go home and make amends, but they're going to look at him kind of weak anyways, and that's why they beat his ass and throw him to a Bolton. But it's either that or he's just gonna go back and face what he has to face. I think he's not afraid to die no more. It is what it is for him, and I think it was profound when he says, "I was willing to die for you to get there." So either way, I think he just feels like shit right now, and he's just trying to find his way, and that's why I think he left.
Okay. So what do you think of that bit on the bridge with his Theon's dad getting thrown over? Who's that guy? And what's the replicate? What's the?
That was the king's brother.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know the background with the brother, man. What's going on with the brother? They was in the wars. He thought he was dead. He came back. Why is he throwing his brother off the bridge?
Look,
Because,
I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Because his brother always wanted the throne. His brother felt like he was a better leader than his brother was, and because of that, he always attempted to try to get the throne, but he always never prevailed. So, the guy, the Greyjoy father of Theon's, just pretty much said, "You're not good now, you'll never be good." And then, I knew dude was gonna throw him over, like he did, but when? And when he did it, I was like 5 minutes of conversation, and I thought the wind in this thunderstorm was going to do that, but I guess it had to take a little brother to do the little lifting, and that was that. But yeah, it was always a personal rival with the little brother and the big brother.
Yeah.
And that's how that went down, man.
Okay, these guys, give your take on that whole scenario, and even further, get to the point of the funeral and stuff, and they said that she won't be the first woman to be a king of the Iron Islands. Go ahead, D-Stars. Give the whole take on the whole thing.
Well, first, this was not the episode where you wanted to either say or insinuate, right, that you're going to replace your son or daughter with another heir, okay, because you ended up dying. So that's number one. Bolton has a baby, gives Ramsay a look, and then he dies. This guy tells his daughter, keep talking, I'll find another heir to replace you. Walks off, and he dies. So not a good look for making those threats. But as far as the scene was just bizarre. I don't know. I've heard about this guy. I've kind of read about him. I forgot his name, but he's basically all over the place in both continents. He's basically like a really good pirate, is what he is, and that's kind of like what the Greyjoys are. They just have like a kingdom, and he just feels he's better than his brother, which is not a shocker. That's like the truth in almost every family, in this series. The younger brother thinks he's more worthy. He's just more the same. That's why the Baratheons had their little issue, in season 1 and 2, but. As far as that goes, it was just bizarre. It seemed a little rushed, but I guess they wanted to just kill off that Greyjoy, and this is going to be a new character now, and it's going to be interesting. As far as the funeral, I guess she just assumed that she's going to get the throne because of the way things work in Westeros. One thing's passed down to your heir and stuff like that. But I'm guessing, I'm not 100% sure, but I guess the Greyjoys have a different way of doing it, right? I don't know if it's like they vote on it, or I don't know if it's determined by power, or they fight on it. I really don't know. Maybe it's very similar to the way that the Rocky do it, but I don't know if it's based on bloodlines or if it's based on power. So that's.
Still there, Gino? David? D-Star, still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so as well. When he was referring, I think he was referring to Theon. I think maybe the old man might be still referring to Theon, her brother. I think that's the way it passed down to, or the uncle. The uncle takes over there, but no women. They'd rather pass it to any man than a woman. And
well, I think he mentioned about the law makes it clear that you don't just get the throne just because you're the son or daughter.
Okay.
So I believe there's some law in place or something that you need, either a test or the more worthy one is elected maybe somehow. I'm not sure how they do it, but I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? I'll tell you what I was thinking as well. This is exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking the uncle and the daughter conspired, I was actually thinking. Another thing as well, how convenient that the dad was walking on the bridge. Where's all these guards? The Iron Islands, we just rolling. United the Kingdom of Westfield, you can't just roll by yourself up and down the place on that weekly bridge. I was like, where's the troops, man? What the place looked like it was just desolate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be a king of the islands, and you're walking across this bridge when it's raining and there's no troops, no one to hold the bridge or anything. And all of a sudden you're confronting your brother. Like, wait, how can his brother just roll into the place? Anyone can just roll into that place. This is insane to me, bro. No, anyway, I think she might be involved with her uncle in terms of. I think she might have talked to her uncle and said, "My dad's losing the plot, man. I have a word with him." But I don't think she put it. But you know what? He didn't. That's what I think. I think she's involved. I actually think she's involved in that situation. She doesn't care about incest. Maybe him and her are probably having an affair because she didn't mind letting her brother trouble her. So I won't be surprised. That's what my mind was going at, man. I'm serious. That's where I was going with that stuff.
What is it with Westeros, man? The brothers and sisters.
Yeah, man.
Each other.
Viola, he didn't care. She didn't. The sister let his brother up. She did business. She didn't let her own brother just tag her up. She didn't care, bro. So I'm thinking her uncle. If she let her own brother, then the uncle might be tagging her up as well. So that's my take on that bit. All right, let's get on to the main event of the evening. Melisandre, Davros, the onion maker, the one lost his fingers. They're talking, and he comes up to her and he goes, "I've seen what you could do. I don't believe in it, but I know what you could do. Magic. Can you do something for Jon Snow?" And she goes, she's obviously lost faith in her magic because she's there as an old woman. But I don't know how she could lose faith because she took the thing off and then she turned old. Obviously, the magic's still there, but she's lost faith in what she thought was going to happen. Anyway, she rubs down Jon Snow, says cuts off his hair, cuts off his beard and stuff, like goes through the thing. And in my mind, when I'm watching this, I was thinking it's not going to, this is not going to happen, he's not going to come alive, it's not going to work. And I go, yeah, that's what I thought, it's not going to hurt. Lo and behold, people were talking about the dog, Jon Snow's spirits in the dog, and all these things, and Melisandre's going to breathe life into him. I was getting all these things, all these scenarios from all these other guys I listened to online. And none of that happened. They all leave the place. The dog looks like, oh, what's going on? And then he breathes air. Oh, God, he's alive. He's alive, like Frankenstein. He's alive. He's alive. And that's what might be it. I think his brain's going to be fried like Frankenstein, in my opinion. So, D-Styles, give us your take on that, man.
No, he's back to life, man. Look, you remember the Brotherhood without banners?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Which, by the way, may end up joining the Red Woman and Jon Snow as well, by the way, along with the Wildlings, etc. After we're done with talking about this scene, I have a whole theory I want to talk about, but here's the thing, man, right? In all seriousness.
Okay.
First of all, I knew it was supposed to happen. I just didn't know if the show was going to go that direction or not, because at this point, they're away from the books.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like its own alternate universe now. So I thought maybe they're not going to do what the books is supposed to do, or what's making sense anyway. Maybe they're going to go another direction. So I did think that for a little bit, and I'm kind of interested. The one Wildling, he kind of gave the Onion Knight a look. And I'm not sure if it was I'm disappointed that Jon Snow wasn't brought back to life, or if he has like his own thoughts about witches. And you know how like the Rocky don't like witches and stuff like that. Mm. No, so I don't know if he was kind of disgusted with the whole thing, and I honestly don't even know how he's gonna feel about Jon Snow being brought back to life. You know, so that's gonna be interesting. But I think Jon Snow's back to life. I think he's gonna be his own self. Like it's gonna be Jon Snow. Sure, this was a traumatic experience. He's still going to have to deal with that, the reality of what happened and stuff like that. But I believe Jon Snow died. I think that period of time that he was dead, I do wonder to myself whether or not he communicated with his mother and his father and stuff like that. So maybe he wakes. Yes, you know, that's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to wake up knowing that that's why it had to happen, you know. And by the way, for those saying, I'm seeing people online actually saying this. It's kind of amazing. This is what they're saying. And I love the show, but they're getting too crazy now. Like, they're reviving Jon Snow. That's just too crazy. This is a show where you have dragons. Okay, you have, all right. The red witch, the red woman gave birth to a demon baby. Okay, to go stab Baratheon's brother. Right, Stannis' brother. That is. Okay, this is a show. Okay, where they already revived somebody. So I don't understand people saying it's too crazy now. The show's been crazy since season 1. You know.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't get me wrong. I really hope this doesn't become like a normal thing, where they're just constantly reviving everybody every other week. That I hope doesn't happen.
That's funny. Go ahead.
If they do it one more time, maybe. But I don't want to see it where it's happening constantly over and over, this reviving people. You know, I don't want to see that. I hope that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
But no, I don't think his brain's fried. I think it's Jon Snow, and I think he's alive. And I think he's going to take an approach, not a vengeance. I think him being alive, look, when people witness a miracle, it changes them, you know? So even the ones that stabbed them are going to be like, oh, shit, like, how the hell is this guy alive? You know, like, all of a sudden, like, this whole magic thing is real, you know? So I'm telling you, I honestly believe it's just Jon Snow. I believe he is the one true king of Westeros. This show, Game of Thrones, it's really about, it's like basically a big game. And who's going to come out on top at the end? It's going to be Jon Snow. That's my theory. But that's my taking away on the scene. It was a good scene. I like the way they did it. I like the way everybody just lost hope and just walked away. And it's kind of like they accepted the truth, like, oh, I guess this isn't possible, when they walked out.
Yeah.
But the wildling even walked out like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you know, he just walked out of there.
Yeah.
And Davos kind of was the last one to just be like, oh, damn, and he walked out. The wolf never lost hope, though. The wolf never lost hope. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks for that. J Dills.
The wolf never lost hope. Well,
Well, the wolf was asleep, though.
I was about to say, like, if I'm sleeping, I'm staying around too. But anyways, what I was gonna say about that scene was, well, at least Melisandre got her magic back. That's one thing, you know. And it was good to see her with that body that she appears as, compared to how the ending fucked my vision up last week. But them raggedy old titties fucked me up, man. I ain't gonna. What the fuck, man? Like, just show the fucked up face. Don't show up the whole fucking body and then have her. And then they were assholes about it. They waited until she got in bed and tuck herself in. I didn't want to see that wrinkled back and shit like that, man. I mean, whoa. That was just a transformation that still subconsciously fucked my head up. But back to the scene, Melisandre just looked like she had low self-esteem, no confidence, nothing. And Davos, or whatever his name is, just like, bitch, I know you got this. I know you got this. I know you got this. I seen you have a shadow motherfucker kill a king. I know you got this. And then the wildling guy is like, what the fuck I'm here for? Like, what's the purpose of this? I mean, I just see a barber giving him a well-shaved beard, and trimming his edges, giving him a good taper. But I ain't seeing no fucking magic happening. And then eventually, she was like, fuck this, ain't shit happening. She walks away. Then the wildling guy looked like, what the fuck ever. And then Davos like, wow, I guess she has lost her faith. And then the wolf, he's sleeping like White Fang or something. And then all of a sudden, he wakes up like, ooh. I was like, yep, Snow's about to come back. And then Snow comes back. And that was that. And I was like, oh shit. Outlet today.
They've done that before, though, too. Like, they did it with Bran Stark when he was, like, in the coma. And
Yeah.
the wolf wakes up, and he wakes up, so they kind of did that before.
Oh
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, Earl's gonna talk about this. D-Styles was gonna get geeked up about this. Boxing Librarian's gonna talk to me to death about this. I was like, everybody get their fucking wish. for once on Game of Thrones. A fucking Stark rises from the dead, and he doesn't die. And I mean, we finally, as fans, get what we want. I mean, for fuck's sakes, this was my gift that I wish I get from boxing or something. So I was like, all right, let's see what this Snow angle gonna go. And like D Style says, I think this is the alternate universe type thing going on. Because I don't think George R. Martin is gonna have Jon Snow resurrected. But if he does, then goddamn. But let's see where this is going, and let's see if he's getting treated like the Messiah, and then what kind of power Melisandre is going to get out of this. Because I'm not underestimating that little witch. So I'm just saying.
Yep.
Go ahead, guys. I'm done.
Oh well, listen. I can tell you this, yeah, that I'll give it a rating. I think this show should have been last week. And I think people have been losing their mind straight away from the rep. I think it was just a continuation of the first one to get people on the page. And I tell you what, yeah, it's just picked up in mad levels. Like the Roose killing killed me. Roose Bolton, I never thought would die. That one there. The old guy in the Iron Islands, he died. Then you're introducing a whole new character. Theon's going back there. Nothing I was thinking about Theon going back to the Iron Islands. Let me ask you a question. Is his balls being cut off for real? Is his dick being cut off for real? Is it like literally cut off, or is he a eunuch? What is it? Like, I don't know. Like, can he make kids? Because I remember they were torturing him. I don't know if they actually did cut off his dick, or they made him.
Yeah, they cut it off.
They cut it off.
Yeah.
All right, so he's fucked.
They send it to his father. Remember, they sent it in a box.
Yeah. I thought they might send it someone else's dick just to fuck him up, you know. But I don't know. All right, fair enough. When he's he can't use his tools no more. So, but anyway, he's going back to the Iron Islands now. Obviously, he can't make no heirs himself, but he could come in there and try. But you know, it's good to see him going back. So they're gonna have a new Iron Islands over there. You got Ramsay, and he's got a new guy on his back as well. That guy will probably turn on him at some point as well. We've got Briatar and them not in the snow. I reckon next week they're gonna be on the. I reckon Roose will be not Roose. I reckon Ramsay will be chasing them next week probably. Trying to chase them, and they're probably trying to get to Castle Black. Nothing is what I want to put out. The 1-1. You see how easy 1-1 went up to the gates and knocked the gates down, right? So why did they put the giant when the wildlings were attacking the wall? Why didn't they get the giant to attack that gate than the big gate? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to get over the wall. Like it's hard to get a giant over that big wall.
Yeah, I know, but that giant, instead of them going for that big gate, the two of them should have went for that little gate. They would have been in there in no time quick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. They have to climb over the wall to get into that point. Okay. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't make sense. See, that's a little thing that I wasn't too sure of. Other than that, the bit at the start and you saw the flashbacks, I think that's excellent because I love all the flashback stuff because it gives me more. I don't read the books. Right, I know some of you guys may read the books. I don't read the books. I actually just go by the show, and I actually watch the YouTube thing, the animation YouTube things. I love that. I think that's excellent. Gives you the background and stuff. The last one was about the dragons and how they killed each other off as well.
Look, aside from the backstories, the books don't matter anymore. I mean,
the books, yeah, because they're exactly. And the thing is, all these people making a lot of predictions about Lady Cold-Star and I don't know what Lady Stoneheart or whatever, and all these other people moving in. Like I listen to a lot of people on Game of Thrones, like their predictions. And I try to stay away from them because they'll put some certain things in my head, and this didn't happen, and I don't want to be angry on that. But I'm trying to stay away from people that's making mad predictions. Like you have to make educated guesses. You know, like we talk about in boxing, when we make our predictions of boxing, we make educated guesses in terms of resume. We talk about building up or look on their box rec and who they fought last and stuff like that. So in Game of Thrones, I'm trying to make an educated guess. I reckon next week is going to be very interesting. What's your take, D-Stars, in next week? And what's your take? Give us your rating of the show in general, this show in rating, Homebound.
Look, man, first rating, I from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it like an 8.
Yeah.
Solid 8, man. It was a good show.
Yeah. How much did you give last week's?
Like maybe a 6 and a half.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't bad, but this week was definitely better. And my favorite show ever was the Battle of Blackwater.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fire, Stannis, and Joffrey like pissing his pants and all that shit.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
But This show, man, it was great, and I think it's going to get even better. To be honest, I mean, it's actually good, and I'm actually glad they didn't have like I don't like the Doran storyline. To be honest,
Mhm.
the acting in Doran is horrible. It's I don't know. I don't like Doran, so there was no Doran here, so that was great. Um, they did the whole reviving Jon Snow perfectly. I mean, to the team, man. They made sure every preview for Game of Thrones they showed nothing of Jon Snow in there. Just they denied it. Like the writers of the show were saying, "No, Jon Snow's dead. Like live with it." Like they're already telling people that no, he's dead. You know. So it was great, man. It felt good. Like Jay Dill said, like to finally be right. You know, like get the just like kind of result. Rather than like the whole like, well, oh well, that's Game of Thrones. You know, the good guys always lose. You know, it just felt good to see like something good happen, and that's kind of how I felt like these. If you think about it, all the cliffhangers they left us with last season, the last episode, they were all the best case scenarios happen. You know what I mean? Jon Snow was revived. Daenerys Targaryen wasn't killed. You know, and then of course. Sansa, she managed to get away, and she Brienne found her. Like, you know, just all the best case scenarios and a lot of those big plot lines happen, which is good. You know, Bruce Bolton meets his end. I'll be honest, I thought Bruce Bolton was going to stab Ramsay. I thought it was going to be the other way around.
Okay.
But I guess that's what I thought would happen, to be honest. I can't wait, man. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be later in the season or when, but Winterfell's going to fall. It's going to burn. King's Landing is going to fall. It's going to burn. Dorne is in Civil War. It's going to fall and burn. You know, and then the real war is going to start, and that's with the others. And shit's going to get really interesting. I think that'll be till like next season when the real war starts with the living and the dead. But I'm more confident than ever now. Now, this is not a spoiler. This is just a prediction. I could be wrong about this, but I've always believed that when everything ends, it's going to be one king or one ruler, and that's it. And it's going to be Jon Snow. I know that's bold, but it's going to be Jon Snow's the one true king of Westeros. And I mean, he already has a wildlings. He's going to get the Brotherhood without banners because of that religion. He's going to get the North now, and then he's going to go from there, man. And believe it or not, I think Daenerys Targaryen might turn into the bad guy.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's a good point. A lot of people still think that Tyrion, Daenerys, and Jon Snow they might be related. That was people put it out there, but that's interesting.
It's possible that they're related. You know,
Because the dragons usually roast people, bro, and that's why that's why the dragon is roasted. That he's really the baby of the Mad King. That's what I'm saying. He's the baby of the Mad King. It was his little joke, you know what I'm saying? To what's his name again? What's Jamie Lannister's dad called again? What's his name again? He was scary. Tywin. Oh yeah, Tywin. I like that Tywin guy. I used to like that Tywin guy. But anyway, good take, these stars. J Dose, what's your take? Give us your rating. What do you think of the show? What do you think is gonna happen next week?
Man, D-Styles is a hard critic. But I like that about D-Styles. I'm giving this 100 out of 10 because you gotta look at it like this, man. For a second episode, you didn't expect Game of Thrones to have all this type of action for the second episode of the new season. It's usually slowly built and shit. You don't even get a shock value moment around this time of the season of any of their episodes. But I was glad that I was like, okay, instead of last week where it's just one king, now we got like 2 or 3 kings dying this week, and one by brother, another one by his bastard child, and it was just awkward, you know, but it had to be done. Now, here's my thing. My my favorite people on this show or this episode was Tyrion. He had some of the best punchlines. Ramsey was the coldest motherfucker on there, saying, "I like being the only child." That made me feel some kind of way. Um, what else? What else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, it was cool to see that Jamie declared war on the Seven, and it was cool to see that there that Jon Snow was coming alive, and it was cool to see Melisandre look like she's 30 years old instead of 500 years old. And other than that, I didn't give a fuck about Dion. I didn't give a fuck about what Sansa was doing. I didn't give a fuck really about if the dragons were going to be unchained or not. And I definitely didn't give a fuck about Sir Robert Strong following every move of Cersei, or that kid who's the sweet Lannister trying to become a Lannister when he gonna die anyway some kind of way, because the Lannisters are cursed according to that witch that said it to Thursday. And I wonder now, with this building going, what's going to happen with Bran. Nobody ever talks about Bran or his little brother. I wonder what's up with them. And I wonder what's the development of the Children of the Forest. I wonder what's going to be the development of Melisandre's rise to power, because what she did, they're going to look at as a miracle or some shit. So I wonder how that's going to go. And where in the fuck is Littlefinger?
Yeah, true.
I mean, out of all the three, to me, he's the wittiest one. I mean, Tyrion is pretty fucking clever. It varies. He always at the right place at the right time. But Littlefinger, he knows how to set up wars. He knows how to save his own ass. He knows how to kill you at the right moment. He knows how to backstab a high rank soldier, a right hand man for a king. I mean, Littlefinger could do it all. And I'm saying, where in the fuck is the biggest instigator of them all at? I mean,
he's conspiring. That's what he's doing.
Yes. I mean, where is he? I mean, he is one of the main characters on the show that nobody really talks about, but they know they should be talking about. And to me, he needs to be on this show now, because I think when Sansa gets around and it's still snowing in the woods and stuff, I think she's gonna meet up with Littlefinger, and I just wonder if Brienne's gonna try to kill him or not. I mean, it's got to be something, man, because this guy, he's been getting away with too much shit. Karma got to deliver on that ass sooner or later. I mean, come on. But that's my
theory that he's behind the Harpies, but I think it's a little too far off.
Say that again, D-Styles?
I read theories that he's behind the Harpies.
Who's behind the Harpies? What Littlefinger?
Littlefinger. I don't think it's true, but there's some pretty well thought theories about it.
Man, that makes sense though. That sounds like as deep as he is. That makes sense.
If he is, that's still like bullshit. Like,
yeah, I could even listen. He could be behind the High Sparrow as well, man. You never know.
This guy doing all this shit, man. He is the architect of all this chaos, man.
Yeah, he is, man. He is, man.
If you kill Littlefinger, you kill Game of Thrones. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he's the one who got what's his name again? I think his dad killed, man. He's you know what I mean? He was bad, bro. The way he was manipulating things, he was bad. But there's some people with good hearts and stuff like that. They get killed. I'll be honest with you. If I was in the Game of Thrones, I would have been killed a long time ago. Because when that guy Alistair was out the door, he goes, "Come out and don't worry about it, we'll be alright." I would have opened that door. I would have got chopped to death, mate. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have got killed. So I'm just letting you know that in the Game of Thrones, yeah, you never know what's going on. It's clear, like you kind of never know what kind of people. You got some mad people, psychos in there, and some people, but you never know what's going on. Anything else you guys want to add up? Add in, or in the talk?
Real quick, like if you guys had to pick, right, just one. Let's say the show ends. It's gonna be one king or one queen. Who's it gonna be?
One king and one queen. Okay.
When the show ends, when the whole thing's over, who's gonna win the Game of Thrones?
Go ahead, J. Dawes. You go first.
I mean, I would laugh my ass off if it was Jon Snow and Melisandre, but we know that ain't gonna happen. That ain't ideal. And then Jon Snow finally sees what he really married, and she turned to a wrinkled bitch and shit. That would be funny as hell, but fucked up at the same time.
She's gonna be more like a priestess or something. I don't know if he'll marry her, but.
Oh, I get it. I get it, and you're right, but I'm just joking on that part. But to answer the question, I wouldn't be shocked if it was Snow and Daenerys.
All right.
I'm thinking Tyrion, and I'm thinking Sansa. I'm thinking Tyrion and Sansa. You know what? You know why I'm thinking Tyrion? I'm thinking Tyrion because when I see him friend up the dragons, yeah. You think anyone could just roll up to the dragons and friend up the dragons? If Daenerys goes down and dies, Tyrion's in a good place that he got the most powerful force in the whole of the realm. When you have dragons, you are effectively the ruler. So if Tyrion keeps going down there, drinking the alcohol and going down there, the dragons den and getting friendly with the dragon, it's a wrap. All he has to do is get what the last dragon. If she was to die, the last dragon, he friends up that dragon. Tyrion can rule the thing. So I think maybe Tyrion. If Daenerys would be the number one, obviously, and Jon Snow. But I'm gonna go with Tyrion. I'm gonna go.
Daenerys is like the New York Yankees, man. She's trying to buy a championship. So.
Yeah. That's everyone's favorite, and obviously I'll go with the Stark girl. Not Lyanna. What's her name again? No,
I don't think it's Daenerys. That's like too obvious. Like they gave her the dragon.
Why not? I don't. Well, you got the dragons, yeah. You got the ace in the hole, and the girl with Brienne at all. I think she's in place because the moment they team up. She gets a couple of troops and stuff. Like she's been through a lot of experiences. She'll be well placed to be a great queen. They're all married before as well. So
I just think they're making it too obvious that it's her to the point where it's not her, in my opinion.
Okay, fine, that's cool. I think she'd be a great queen because she's been through a lot of things. She's seen a lot of things. She's seen how evil people are, and I think going through all your experiences will make her a great queen. So I'm saying Tyrion, and I'm saying Sansa Stark. That's me.
Here's my question: what type of assassin you think Arya going to become?
I think she's very good already. I think she already done to me. She already won me over when she killed Trent. That was it. The way she done him, the way she tricked him. I think she can kill anyone because she just killed him easy. That's a guy who's been trained how to kill. Wasn't he a King's Guard? He was a King's Guard man. King's Guards are not no walkovers. They can actually fight. She just went through him like he's like butter and knife, like a knife through butter. So I'm saying she can right now she's leave. And the thing is, she learned how to fight blindfolded as well now. She could fight. Well, she's learned how to fight when she can't see. So I'm thinking she's pretty devastating. Go ahead, D-Stars.
I don't know, these faceless men, like, or women, they're trying to do all types of assassinations, whether it's poison, with a knife, arrow. They know it all.
I think it's going to be some Assassin's Creed type of assassin with her, like, jumping off of buildings and just stab you in the neck and that type of killing. But I could be wrong, but that'll be kind of fucking cool to correlate all that into the show, where she's like an Assassin's Creed type of motherfucker, where she killing kings and princes and shit like that. I don't know, just my thoughts.
That's a good stuff, man. Well, man, it was a very good show. I've actually watched it 3 or 4 times compared to last week, where I was like, oh man, I can't watch this again.
I'm trying to tell you, this show is 100 out of 10 because it's rewatchable. It's rewatchable.
Watchable, it is, because last week I haven't watched it. I watched it once and I skimmed through it and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that fucking ending, man. Like that ending fucked me up, man. Like
it was left on a downer. Where this one's left you on an upper. It's left you thinking, oh, next week's gonna be really good. Jon Snow's gonna be back. Howard's gonna be back. Obviously Bruce Bolton's died. A lot of people might be happy about Bruce. I kind of like Bruce. He was this evil, bro. I actually thought he deserved a different death. That death was too easy. It was like when Thingy died last week. Remember the guy who was guarding the one in the Sand Snakes? The way the Sand Snakes killed the bloody king. I was like, man, it was the same thing. I was like, nah, man, come on, you're killing these guys easy. least the guy in the Iron Islands, he had a bit of a fight or a bit of struggle. But this one, he just died. Ramsey stabbed him straight in his chest, and it was just like, oh man, he just died. And the thing is, he's looking his face when Ramsey stabbed him. It was like, oh, Ramsey, why would you do that? But I was like, how old are you, Bruce? You've been winding him up. You've been winding him up for how long? Talking about you know what I mean? If you don't do this, I might replace you. And Ramsey's crazy. What do you think Ramsey was gonna do? But I didn't think Ramsey was gonna kill his dad. You know, I don't know if you guys knew that. I had no idea he was gonna kill his dad. It blew my mind. And I think that was like a WFT, WTF.
I think so. The same thing, but at the end of the day, man, like I really, really like how they began the show and how they ended the show. It was just a good pace overall, man. Like easy to transition to. It wasn't slow at all by any means. And the dialogue was decent this week too. So I was engaged with the whole show. I didn't skim through shit. So
I agree.
Thanks for having me, and I can't wait to do this next week, man. I'll be around for next week as well.
Absolutely, man. I look forward to talking to you guys. I think I've already hit Liberian, European boxing coming over. These stars already popped up already. Probably cut out. Probably going, but I'm glad he came over. JD Bills is here. So, boy, for you guys, listen. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thumbs it up. Like, hey, follow D Stars Boxing. You got J Deal Town. Follow D Town. I'm EJ Boxing Live. Obviously, yeah, my name's Boxing. But Game of Thrones is my stuff. Yeah, we had Spencer shortly over to say his little take as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. We'll play out with a bit of the tune of Game of Thrones to see you up, man. So thanks for coming over, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.